Welcome students for online classes. Under economics, there is a segregation of two books. First is under Indian economy and the second is under statistics. So under Indian economy, we study three chapters and now we'll shift on to statistics part. That is the chapter 1, Introduction of Statistics. So basically in this chapter, we'll study what economics is, the definitions of the economics, the activities of the economics, and how did not how did why do we use statistics in economics. So first topic of this economics, so in this session we'll study about the definitions of the economics and what is economics. Basically we might think that from where did the word economics we got from. So the economics is derived from the Greek word oikos and nomos, which means household management. So what do you do in your house? You in person, what you will be having, you will be having n number of wants, so there will be unlimited wants. So you manage or you control any kind of want which you want to satisfy first. So this is known as household management, where you manage all your wants. Maybe you control things around you, all the necessary things which you do in the economy, that is known as, or that will be meant by economics. So economics is a branch of social science that studies and influences human behavior. It not only studies about the wants and limits of the economy, in spite of that, it even studies about the political affairs, even all the current affairs, even all the necessary items or any kind of information which will be available in the economy to you. What is economy? Economy is a place which is surrounded by you, which is around you. So whatever happens around you or whatever happens in the economy, that will be termed as economics. Okay, so this is basic meaning of economics. So now we'll study about the definitions of economics. Basically there are four major definitions of the economics. So the first definition of economics is wealth definition. So the wealth definition, which was given by Adam Smith. The person Adam Smith is called as the father of economics. Okay, the person Adam Smith is called as the father of economics. He was the first person to give the necessary information for the economics, or he was the first economist who gave or who termed the word economics. So in his book, the major book of Adam Smith, that is An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations. From this book, in the year 1776, what did he do? He gave the major definition of the economics, that is science of wealth. The definition of wealth definition is science of wealth. So this is the first economical meaning which was given in the year 1776 by our father of economics, who is Adam Smith. So what is this science of wealth? Why is being used in the economy? So science of wealth majorly tells about the wealth. So what is wealth in normal terms? The property, the money. So basically, yes, wealth means money. So everything in the economy is based upon money. Only if you have money, what can be done? You can purchase any kind of wants, you can produce anything, you can distribute anything, you can consume anything. So this is the basic meaning of wealth. So when you have money, you can buy gold. When you have money, you can buy a house. When you have money, you can buy any kind of luxury item. So basically, Adam Smith, what did he tell? Only if when you have money, what happens? There will be a generation of wealth. There will be money, there will be any kind of items which you feel like purchasing, you can purchase. So what happens, what is necessary? When you have unlimited wants, what will happen at that particular point of time? You or your money can gain all that unlimited wants. So money is very much important, which is being said by the person Adam Smith. Okay, so when I come to the next definition, the second definition is been given by Alfred Marshall, that is the welfare definition. The second definition of economics is welfare definition, which is being given by the person Alfred Marshall. And the person Alfred Marshall is being also called as the founder of modern economics. So he gave the definition of economics in the year 1890 from his famous book, that is Principles of Economics. So welfare definition is been given by Alfred Marshall in the year 1890. He is called as the founder of modern economics. From which book did he pick his definition? From the book The Principles of Economics. So now let's know what is the definition. The definition of welfare is a study of mankind of ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social actions which is closely connected with the attainment and use of material requisites of well-being. So what does this particular person or Alfred Marshall tells about welfare definition? Not only the money is important in your life, in spite of that all the material items is being necessary, or the material items is also necessary for your happiness. What happens when I come to the non-economic activity? Non-economic activity in the sense maybe love, affection from your parents, maybe from your fellow mates. What happens? These are all the things where without money you can gain everything. So what does Alfred Marshall tell? The study of mankind of ordinary business of life. Maybe even if you don't have money, even in spite of having limited money, what can you do? You can lead your life happily with the happiness or with the joy which you have with your fellow mates. So for the ordinary business of life, what is very much necessary? These are some of the person, or these are some of the providers and receivers who are very much important for the day-to-day life or the daily business of life. So first is the consumer. Consumer. Who is consumer? Consumer is a person who consumes, the person who buys the goods for his satisfaction. So for example, I want to buy a sofa, so that is my satisfaction, so I'll go to a shop, I buy, I use it, so I am the consumer. So at the same point of time, when I need to buy or when I need to buy something, who is necessary? The seller is necessary, the person who will sell the sofa to me. So at this particular point of time, who is a seller? Seller is a person who sells any kind of goods. He is a shopkeeper, he sells the sofa to me, so he will be termed as seller. So when he sells the goods to me, what will be his main aim? His main aim will be of making profit. So this is also one of the person who is necessary for the ordinary business of life. And next one, when the shopkeeper needs to sell something, who is important? What is important? The producer, who generates, one who involved in the production process. Who does the sofa? The production, the industrial sector will do the sofa. So the producer is also very much important in the process. So when the producer or when the industry people sell his goods to the shopkeeper, what will happen? He will give it for some certain percentage of money. So later on, what will the seller do? Seller will sell it to me. So this is the end criteria where I will be satisfied with my wants. And later on, the service holder. Who is the service holder? Service holder is as I told earlier, shopkeeper who sold me some goods. In the shopkeeper, there will be some of the people who will be working for him. So that person is known as service holder. One who is working for some other person and is compensated for it. What compensation? In form of wages or in form of salary. For that particular shopkeeper, what happens? He will be having many number of workers under him. So that workers under him who will be paid a salary, that particular persons or the workers are known as service holder. Now the next thing is the service provider. Now who is the service provider? Who provides something to other person. For example, maybe education facility, maybe doctors, maybe lawyers. What do? They give service to the other people. What kind of service? Doctor treats his patient in spite of what? In spite of money earned by him. In the same way, lawyers will do the necessary. Maybe when it comes to criminal case, maybe when it comes to the positive case, what happens? He will do the necessary items for his need, for his satisfaction, just to gain money. Even when I come to the teaching field, what happens? The teacher will teach something to you. At this particular point of time, you will gain knowledge. Teacher, what will teacher gain in spite of that? Teacher will gain any percentage of the money. So this is known as service provider. And lastly, what is it? Lastly, what is necessary for the day-to-day life? Gain of full employed. when you employ something, when you work something, what is necessary? Money is the main objective. Just because you want to earn more and more money, what do? You work in any particular field, you go outside, you work, you gain money. So gaining money is the end criteria of the ordinary business of life. So this was a thing told by the Alfred Marshall, who is a founder of modern economics. Okay, so now we'll go on to the third definition, that is the scarcity definition of economics. And the scarcity definition of economics is been given by Professor Lionel Robbins. The person named Professor Lionel Robbins gave the scarcity definition. So let's know what is scarcity definition. Economics is the science which studies human behavior as the relationship between ends and scarce means which have their alternative uses. So what this particular person, Lionel Robbins he told us that not only having money, in spite if you have no money, what will happen? There will be a scarce of resources. Scarce of resources in the sense scarcity, limited number of resources. For example, you will be having limited number of money, but what happens to your satisfaction, or what happens to your wants? There are n number of wants or unlimited number of wants. So at this particular point of time, what will happen? It is necessary for you to fulfill all the wants. So when you come to your resources, your money structure, it is only limited. So with the limited resource, what will you do? You want to satisfy. So because of this, what happens? You need to choose, or alternative uses must be done. So for example, at this particular point of time, I am hungry, so there will be a choices between me. So I will be having only 1 lakh not 1 lakh, sorry, I will be having only 1,000 rupees. So at this particular point of time, there will be a car, there will be a house, there will be a food near me. So which is my alternative use, or which is my first priority? Having food, because just because I am hungry. So this is the choosing between the wants for the alternative uses, and even being with the scarcity of resources. This is being told by the Lionel Robbins under the scarcity definition. So the next and the last definition of the economics is growth definition, which is being given by Paul A. Samuelson. The person or the economist Paul A. Samuelson gave the growth definition. And what is the growth definition? Economics is a study how man and society choose, with or without the usage of money, to employ scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses, to produce various commodities over time and distribute them for consumption now and in future among various persons and the groups of the society. So what does this growth definition tells you? Even if you have scarce resources, even if you have limited amount of money, what is necessary? Future is very much necessary. For future, whatever you do, for the future, whatever you think, that is very much important in the economy, because prediction of future or doing anything for the future is very much necessary in the economy for your long run. When you want to gain more and more profit, when you want to do any necessary things, what is necessary? Your future prediction or doing any goals for your future is very much important. This is being told by the growth definition by the Paul A. Samuelson. So this is about the 4 definitions of economics. So under wealth definition, what did Adam Smith tell? He told about the science of wealth. He spoke only about money. And later on, when welfare definition came, what did he tell? Not only money, in spite of that, happiness, love, affection is also important with the material things. And later on, when I come to scarcity definition, what did he tell? Even if you have limited money, what can you do? You can choose between the alternative things. And lastly, what did Paul A. Samuelson tell? He told that even if you have limited things, even if you have alternative things to choose, it is very much important for you to think about future. Only by then what happens? You will be having a happy leading life to lead a successful path. So this is about the definitions of the economics which is been given by the various economists. So the assignment for today is define the four definitions of economics. Thank you, students.